Hey everyone, it's Derek with Night Water Project, nightwaterproject.com. Check out our website more for some original music, as well as some unique cover songs from musicians such as Taylor Swift, Bon Jovi, Ed Sheeran, Imagine Dragons, Disney covers, and many more. It's mainstream music, but better. So, if you have seen my latest video regarding the Strasburg Railroad, you will notice that I talked about some policy changes coming to the railroad in the near future once they open, which will be in the next handful of weeks, I think. As far as you're going to be getting your tickets online, reserving tickets online. The ticket booth will not be open, the office will not be open, and you will be pretty much assigned seats, technically, throughout the train. So a lot of limitations. You won't be able to get off at the Grove to have your picnics or anything like that. And you're also going to be asked, or actually required, to wear masks if you are 2 years of age or older. And they also state specifically in there, if you do not want to wear a mask, or if your child does not want to wear a mask, then they encourage you to come back at a future date once restrictions are opened up and you don't have to wear a mask anymore and so forth. So it'll be very interesting. I saw some posts on Facebook. There are Facebook posts for the policy, as far as some people are okay with this, some people are definitely not. Some people even went above and beyond and said, I will not be returning to your organization. So it's very interesting to see how people feel about this stuff. And I do want to specifically state again that mask requirement is not a law. The governor cannot enforce that. There's no law specifically stating that you're required to wear a mask. It is up to the actual businesses as far as what they want to do with the CDC guidelines and so forth. So that's why Strasburg is requiring a mask. It is actually them who are requiring it, not the government that's requiring it. So I just wanted to specify that with everyone. As far as their Thomas dates coming up, this is one of the first things I thought of the other day when I was making my other video, and I wanted to do a follow-up video and do one about specific date with Thomas dates. So there is one coming up in September, and I'm sure it will be packed full of kids. But it will be very interesting to see if those kids keep those masks on, because I probably will be there, and I will probably do a video if I see kids not wearing masks, because you're darned if you do, you're darned if you don't, and they shouldn't be above the law. If Strasburg specifically states 2-year-olds and older need a mask, then they should be enforcing that policy. Don't take their money and then say, oh, okay, we're gonna lay off it a little bit. No, none of that stuff. So it'll be very interesting to see how many of those kids, and kids specifically, leaving masks on. The other thing I wanted to specifically talk about is Thomas. Now, a lot of kids look up to Thomas, that Thomas the Tank Engine, and when they see him traveling down that line, he better be wearing a mask. Okay? He better be wearing a mask. And the reason why I say this is because kids look up to things on TV and others as far as inspiration and monkey see, monkey do. Okay? So if Thomas is coming down that line, or Mavis or Percy or whoever, there better be a mask on that locomotive Thomas. Okay? And his friends. Because he's not above the law. He's a character from Shine Time Station and Thomas and Friends, and if kids are required to wear a mask, Thomas should be required to wear a mask as well. I don't know how they're going to figure that out, but they were able to put a face on a porter to begin with and transform it into Thomas. So if they can do that, they can figure out the darn mask, okay? If there is no mask on the Thomas, that is hypocrisy at its finest. You know, you're telling your people to come and wear a mask. You're telling your employees to wear a mask. But yet the star of your show, Thomas the Tank Engine, is not required to wear a mask. Seriously? Seriously. So, Strasburg, get your act together, figure out how to put a mask on that darn train engine, and have a great time. It'll be a great experience. The pros of that are the kids are going to remember it. Their parents are going to say, "Oh, remember when you were 4 years old and you didn't want to wear a mask, but Thomas was here and Thomas wore a mask." And then all of a sudden, the little children were okay with wearing masks. So those are my thoughts on that. Hopefully by then, though, the mask requirement is lifted. I highly doubt it, though, in the state of Pennsylvania with everything else going on here. But there's a ton of hypocrisy in this state, but not going to go on that tangent. But yeah, if they put a mask on that engine, I swear is going to be fantastic. Because, like I said before, kids look up to other people and things they watch on TV and things they see outside. So get a mask on that locomotive. Figure out how to get a mask on that locomotive and have fun with it, okay? If Thomas is not wearing a mask, how many kids do you think are going to be asking their parents, why are we required to wear a mask and Thomas does not need to wear a mask? What do you think is going to go over in that child's head? And what do you think that they will care? Of course they're going to care. That's why they're asking the question. But my point exactly is you can't tell a child that you need to do this, but then the star of the show is not even complying with their own restrictions. That will not go over well at all. So, looking forward to Thomas wearing a mask. Looking forward to Mavis and Percy wearing a mask in the future as well. It will be a hit. Kids will more likely keep their masks on if they see Thomas and his friends wearing masks as well. And I think the adults will get some humor out of that as well. Just make sure it's fire resistant. Alright, so again, my name is Derek with Night Order Project, nightorderproject.com. What are your specific thoughts on Thomas wearing a mask? I think it's fantastic. I think they should do it. And I think they're hypocrites, or at least Thomas is a hypocrite, if he doesn't wear one. So, yeah. Again, my name is Derek, Night Order Project, nightorderproject.com. Check out a lot of our videos we have posted on YouTube right now, as far as we have a YouTube playlist of Strasburg Railroad, from Christmas, from this past year, along with some unique instrumental music to back those videos as well. So, including 611 from Norfolk and Western, from Roanoke, Virginia. So, hopefully you can check those out if you did not already. I highly encourage you to do so. And hopefully everyone has a fantastic rest to your week.